Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
What is up, everybody? Are we good? Are we doing good?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I stayed up for 30 plus hours and I got a few hours of sleep. How are you?
Why are you staying up so long?
I don't know.
Ma'am, it's time. It's called go to bed. What are you doing? 30 some hours? That's not healthy.
No, it's not.
We'll start yelling at you more, telling you to go to sleep.
Yes, yell at her. My God.
What is going on, chat? Who have we got in here today? We've got Madam Motley, we've got Irina, Ellis Assassin, what's going on? John Corpus. Xylie gets biased. We were just talking about you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what are you doing? What's going on? We got Steffi, we got Trippy, Yo Trippy, Middle East Age of Wins. We have Jada Take, got Spectre. What's going on, everybody?
We found out who Xylie Gets Biased is last night.
Mm-hmm.
We had another mystery stream last night. Well, it turned into a mystery stream after I had to deal with Beavers and Matt doing what they did. Oh my God, that was annoying.
Oh,
that
what
will
did
be
they
a
do?
video, I promise. Oh, it'll be a video. You'll see it.
Yeah, you'll find out.
Yeah, you'll find out. Yeah. It was fun. We had a fun stream last night. I still didn't get to play my game. So, what I am going to do as soon as we're done with this live stream is I'm going to go play Baldur's Gate. And if YouTube or if the internet burns down, I do not care. Tell me in the morning.
Fair enough.
Honestly, fair.
Okay?
Yeah, priorities.
All right? I have not played my game in like 4 to 5 days, and I'm playing my game tonight. And none of y'all are
Hell
going to
yeah.
stop me.
I feel like that's a challenge, and I accept.
Yeah, we're doing into that. I haven't seen much of Baldur's Gate. I've just been watching Rynnie sort of play it a little bit, and it looks like It looks all right. I can see why it's pretty addictive.
It's a really, really, really good game.
It's so addictive. I need help.
It ain't that addictive. You playing other games.
True.
True. No. Now Destiny came out with their with a new season. I don't even know if I'm gonna get that or not, to be honest. I don't know. We'll see. But all I know is I'm getting on Baldur's Gate tonight, and none of y'all are gonna stop me.
Fair.
Okay. So what we're going to do today is Adam McIntyre put out a video basically reacting to Trisha's Paytas video about Johnny or the Swoop video. So so we're going to watch Adam's video on that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
We're doing a react-ception, guys.
Yes.
We're doing it.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we're doing, a react-ception. Any questions, comments, or anything before we get started? Or put a 1 in the chat if you're ready to get started. Either way, doesn't matter.
Let's do
Either
it.
way.
I'm ready.
Watch the last live on YouTube. Catching up of this live is okay. Whatever. Thank you, C. There's a reactor. Y'all just saying period, point blank, period, y'all. Ooh. At least they spell y'all right. You do get a vote, Trippy Savage. If you had a good question, I would stop and ask that question before we get started. What? Don't act like you ain't never been here before.
Yeah, we're very polite.
Yeah, hello. We're not rude like some people. Now recording.
Not all the time.
Alright, let's get started then. Oh wait, I am sharing the screen with y'all, right?
Yes.
You sure are.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, let's do it at 1, 2, 5.
I love his little sweater. Look at it. So cute.
Let me tell you
That's
something. That he can dress. Alright.
He really can.
Alright, let's go.
So welcome back to my YouTube channel. So it has come to my attention that Trisha uploaded a response to Swoop's video, the part 3 documentary. And by the way, I have always made fun of people like Shane Dawson who upload, vlogs on YouTube and they're like, oh, this is my documentary. I think with Swoop, it's entirely rational and valid to call what Swoop is doing a documentary. Chat, do we agree?
You know what's funny? I watched, do y'all know who Omni is?
Yeah.
Okay, I love Omni. He's one of my favorite YouTubers. I love, his recaps of, the drama going on. He'll have, 3 or 4 stories in a video. I love the way he does it. And he has a beautiful cat, by the way, which is, he calls his son. Okay, that is his son.
Aw.
But he said that Swoop does Netflix type documentaries. Like, this could go on Netflix. He said that today. So
Yeah, for real.
It's true.
Absolutely. All I can say is what I said last time. That was almost a 4-hour fucking documentary, right?
Mhm.
And I did not take my eyes off it the entire time. And that
I
is
didn't either.
testament that's testament to how she does things. So
Actually,
Yeah.
yes, because my ADHD, when I watch something, I have to do something else, and the only reason why, it felt like 4 hours is because I was stopping and taking notes so much.
yeah, same. Like collectively, I reckon I was there for about 5 hours. You're about
Yeah.
the same. Or-
Yeah, I was probably collectively about 6 for me because I was handwriting and I type faster than I handwrite. But it is it's Netflix level documentary. I totally agree with that. So
You're not like Shane Dawson posting vlogs that are just unedited is not a documentary, but what Swoop is doing, in my opinion, is a documentary. And someone was like, "Why are you calling what Swoop is doing a documentary, but then making fun of Shane Dawson for calling it a documentary?" And I'm like, if you cannot tell the difference between them two,
for real, Shane's documentaries are just honestly they're vlogs.
Yeah, they are.
Which, I mean, okay, granted, now, I don't like me no Shane Dawson, but I have to admit, I did used to like his videos when he would make the ones, like, on Xylie Star or whatever, until I realized how much a piece of shit everybody was, collectively.
Yeah.
But before that time, I did like to watch them.
Yep.
I have to admit, I did like to watch them. But no, they're not Swoop level. They're absolutely not Swoop level. At all.
Yeah, hers are so organized and well put together.
I mean, and just look how she, even when she has to be on the camera, like where it's a call, it's just more professional, like using Zoom. And look how she's going to talk to Josh. They're in a studio. They're face to face.
Yeah, they're in person.
They're
I can't
in
wait for that one
person.
to come out.
I
Yeah.
record telling me, going, is she trying to be like Oprah? Being like face to face with people? I said, hey, look.
She could do it.
Do it however you got to do it. But yeah, man, no, she does take it an extra mile. And I appreciate that about her videos, honestly.
that's on you, babe. Anyway, Trisha responded to Swoop's documentary, part 3, and I have not seen it yet. But I do know as well, we are going to be watching eventually. Trisha's going to be going live later on her Just Trish podcast, which seems to be going down really well. The Colleen Ballinger drama keeps getting worse. Swoop reaction. So I guess this is her in the moment take, and then this is going to be like a more thought out one. I have no idea what to expect. We're going to be watching this on 1.25x speed. So if you watch my videos sped up, that's how I watch each of videos. I would probably slow it down a little bit because you will not understand what is going on.
Well, shit.
Well, there we go.
Thank you. Thanks, Adam.
Jesus, Adam.
We got pre-warned. I loved that.
You know what? He probably knew I was going to react to it. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, let's get into what Trishy Fishy has to say.
Hey guys, good morning. You guys are having a great Sunday and a great weekend wherever you guys are. I'm in LA, or a little outside of LA, and supposedly we're supposed to be getting a hurricane today. It looks like it dropped down.
Katrina.
For the weather, but I feel like it's
What?
I love him.
Oh, Adam. Bless his heart. Bless his heart. That's all I can say about Adam. Bless his heart. He popped in my live stream, I think last night. He popped in last night, or the one I did in the morning. I can't remember. I between Leon and everybody else, I just can't keep up with days anymore. But he popped in. He was like, yeah, I just stopped by your channel because I wanted to watch your reaction to the Swoop videos. I said, well, Adam, I did it in my style.
Totally did.
But, he seems to be okay. He seems to be doing all right, so.
dropped down. I think my husband told me to I don't know what any of this means. It was yellow yesterday and now it's not. I think we're just gonna get maybe rain, hopefully. Fingers crossed. I know hurricanes are like devastating. I've been seeing it all over like TikTok and stuff. I know they're very devastating, especially to people like in the south, like in Florida, that get hit by them or affected, or Louisiana, all those states down there. Texas. So I'm just I'm hoping Hurricane Hillary passes and everyone who does get affected by it stays safe. It looks like it's tempering off, hopefully. But yeah, we kind of had preparation. Actually took all
Weatherwoman Trish.
We have leaks in our house. Another reason why.
Okay, Trisha, hold on. I'm fast forwarding. Shit. Okay, hold on. About this, I started therapy. All right, hold on.
Are speaking about right now, I know it's very much so easy for me to be like, I hope you're not, taking that on. I'm completely aware of that. But I hope maybe it's some validation that this is not on you at all. This is something that you have to process. Like, this is something you are a victim in. You know what I mean? This is not a case of you feeling guilt or shame, you know, for almost a level of responsibility, because there's no responsibility, because if, you know, screenshots weren't posted, we hadn't talked about it, you wouldn't even know. Like, this is not
It's nothing she did. She didn't do anything. They took her pictures and did what they did. She didn't do anything. So, I mean, yeah.
something you've done. It's something that was done to you as well in the same retrospect. It's not your fault in any way.
Online. Like I just started therapy. I talked about this. I don't know what, maybe I talked about this in I can't remember where I talked about this, but I just talked about this. And, you know, I started therapy because it felt a lot of things. One, I felt guilt, not being able to get pregnant. I felt guilt about, my work as a sex worker. And now how it's aiding predatory behavior, criminal behavior. That because of these images that I put out and produced as an adult, as a sex worker, have now traumatized children.
Okay, but you put them up on a website in which allows that behind a paywall. It's not...
Yeah, it's not like she put it out on the internet she didn't put it out on the internet for everybody to see, as in, let me just put it up on my Twitter, or, except for she did do an asshole pic. But anyway,
The toilet paper.
I will never, ever, I muted her because of that.
It's burned into my brain. I literally can't. Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, she put it behind a paywall. It should never gotten leaked. I mean, people, but unfortunately, people don't respect shit like that.
Up to you if that gets evaded by someone else. You know what I mean? It's not... The responsibility never once and never will fall on Trisha Paytas for her ex-best friend going behind the paywall and getting these photos or videos or whatever and weaponizing them against her behind her back. Because that's what it was, behind your back.
Exactly.
It bothers me so much that Trisha has apologized to me, because this is not something Trisha has to apologize to me for, and Colleen hasn't even addressed it, but she's...
Yeah, she doesn't I don't feel like she has to apologize to him for it,
No.
to be honest.
Yeah.
She's addressed it to Trisha and acknowledged that it happened, but hasn't to any of the people she did it to, which is therefore leading more almost pressure on Trisha's shoulders, because Colleen's confirming it to her, but not confirming it publicly or to us. It's like Colleen's purposely putting a lot of this on Trisha, because again, then it doesn't have to fall on Colleen.
Children, of course, allegedly unsolicited to minors. The only confirmation I did get was from Johnny Silvestri posting them, Colleen sending me an apology after apologizing for partaking in those conversations.
I didn't get an apology.
I would also just assume that she was just talking about those conversations with Johnny, because they were very clearly from her.
I cannot believe that Trisha got an apology and I haven't even got an acknowledgement. Like,
Exactly.
Oh my
Everybody's
God.
got an apology except for him.
I do not understand how any of the have any of the victims gotten any sort of reach out or anything like that, at all?
No, just the fake
I don't
victim.
know.
The fake victim of Johnny, the fake victim did. He got 4 from Josh.
Yeah. Nothing from Colleen,
No,
right?
nobody's heard anything from Colleen.
Besides the stupid ukulele bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it bothers me so much on a personal level, because Trisha does deserve an apology from Colleen, and I'm glad she got it. But
Okay, wait a minute. Trisha got the apology.
Oh yeah, she got a a text from
Text
her or
message,
something.
yes. She got
Yeah.
she got an apology from Colleen. That's it. That's it.
Wow.
That's it right there. Just Trisha. Nothing, nobody else.
I also deserve one. And that's all I wanted from the start. Remember, I did that tweet and I was like, Colleen Ballinger and Corey, issue an apology to me and I'll stop talking about what happened to me.
I said that yesterday. Or either the day before. I don't know. When I did one of the live streams, that damn Swoop video, it's ridiculous, because all Adam's ever asked for is an apology, and that fake ass Johnny Silvestri got 4. Johnny got 4, where that's all Adam's ever asked for. He's not asking for compensation. He's not wanting to take it to court. All he's ever asked for is an apology, and he can't even get that.
Yeah, and he asked for that so early. If she would
from
have
the very
just done
beginning.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. from the very beginning, he's asked for an apology, and she can't do it. It's ridiculous.
Because if she
I can't even-
apologizes, that validates that she was in the wrong, and
Yeah.
like obviously she's gonna avoid that as much as possible. You
Yeah,
know?
of course.
Like, yeah.
Get that?
Her friend did the thing. She admits to it.
And that's it. She admitted to
There was
it.
a lot of issues
She admitted to
yeah,
it.
there was a lot of guilt I felt with that because once again, my nudes appeared to be unsolicited to this guy who worked for her, Johnny, who was an adult but looked like he didn't ask for them. It's a huge issue. Sending any sort of pornographic images to minors is a crime. It's illegal.
Yep.
I of course believe Adam, but right now it's alleged because there's no, he didn't release photo statements for whatever reason. Maybe he doesn't have them. There was a long time. I don't know. And there's a lot. This is all a lot. This is all a lot. For again, my heart goes out to Adam. I've sent him a private email. He knows. I mean, I still have him blocked. There's a reason. Like him and I don't communicate.
I don't think she has me blocked. Hold on. Let me check.
Live
Sorry.
investigation.
Look at his face. Look at his face. But he's so damn shady with his face.
That's fine.
I swear to God.
Just me. Let me check.
Oh.
Girl, you don't have me blocked. Okay. I mean, thank you for unblocking me.
And that has nothing to do with Colleen at all. It's obviously he's made a lot of videos about me and my family and stuff like that that I can't see, that it's just hard for me to see, and that goes for a lot of people. There's a lot of videos out there about me that's just hard for me to see. People have every right to make videos about me. They have every right to have an opinion about me, and apparently a lot of people can just make stuff up too. And at this point,
Oh, that would be Trishy Land. Trishy Land would be the ones that make shit up about you. Trishy Land is trash. Trash.
it's just part of the territory. But this is the stuff that he has confirmed, Adam, is very
She'll reblock you now. No, Trisha! Don't! Please! Please! Me and Trisha made such good personal progress. On our email. Trisha, don't! Please! I mean, do what you want, but...
disgusting behavior. I don't think any grown person, I'm going to reiterate, I don't think any adult, any grown person of any age should be hanging out, going to lunch with a minor. I think it is manipulative. A lot of people throw around the word grooming, and there's something wrong.
Can I say something I haven't said before? In 2020, I never once said the word grooming, and I only said the word grooming in 2023, and
True.
it took me like 3 years of trying to understand what that word meant before I wanted to attach myself to it, because it's a very serious word. And isn't it ironic that the one person in all of this story who never attached themselves to the word grooming from the start was me, yet when...
Yeah, he didn't say it in 2020. Because in 2020, his video was about mourning the loss of a friend. I mean, he was like, his face was so swollen from crying before he recorded that video. You could see it all over his face that he had just got done crying before he made that video. He was literally mourning the loss of a person that he thought was his friend.
Yeah.
So technically, and I hate to put it like this, but the way I look at it, he was still kind of under her spell at that point. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Johnny or Cody came forward in 2023, the first thing they said was, I was groomed and I have proof.
Yeah, funny how it was Cody and Johnny who said they were groomed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Both
Johnny
of
even
them.
said
Well, go ahead.
Johnny even said he didn't even know what grooming meant, and then he was like literally like trying to fit what he thought grooming meant into a situation. But the thing is that like everything that he said that was grooming, he was doing himself. So like what
I think what was funny is everything that he said that he and Josh didn't have would have been the grooming if he said that they were what they had.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's
That is
like,
proven.
dude, you describing your grooming is actually the opposite of what grooming is, you idiot.
Yeah.
Oh, so just, oh. hey, are we talking about my queen Trisha? You would like Trisha Bagwig. You and Bunny would get along perfect. Just saying.
Love Trisha.
Trisha is Bunny's friend.
But for me, I never once said that I was groomed until 3 years later, whenever I find out what that word means, because it's a heavy word not to throw around.
Yes.
But then everyone else, how big or small their story was, and for Cody and, Johnny, this size, it was, I was groomed.
And here's another thing too about the word grooming. Especially with his type of grooming, you have to show definitions and specifically tell them what kind of grooming it was, because unfortunately, people, as soon as they hear grooming, they automatically means the end goal is sex.
Yeah.
Which, okay, fine, I understand, because when you hear about grooming cases, it's mostly because the end goal is sex. All right. In this case, it was not. Hence the reason why when I did my live stream about it, I mean, I had, I made sure people weren't going to walk away without a context of what I was saying. I had definitions and everything. Was flashing them every 10 minutes. All right. Mm-hmm. But it was emotional grooming. Yeah. It was for the reason for Adam to be, 1, the good little soldier, 2, to help him with the Miranda Sings count, and to help her with her Miranda Sings character, as in what's funny, what's good, and he was her PR department at one point.
Right. Yeah, it was just general exploitation.
Yes, general exploitation, basically working for her for free.
Yeah.
That's how he was groomed.
Because it was a hot buzzword, which is disgusting.
Wrong with that person, someone in their 30s going and having these conversations. It's more than just inappropriate conversations. There's something to
weaponize it
about that dynamic, and I don't support that at all. So again, aside from my photos being involved allegedly between Adam and Colleen, there are clear behavioral patterns that are just absolutely disgusting. The tampering of evidence of her live, saying that he asked for them when she initiated, all of that stuff is out there and it's proven, and I of course stand with Adam on that. So regardless, I appreciate that. I don't say that I don't, me and Adam don't converse, because I'm not trying to any sort of thing about his character. Again, I guess he'd be considered Trauma Channel, News Channel, I don't know.
She says this every time she talks about this topic.
I mean, but I can't blame her though, Adam. I mean, Adam has reported on Trisha a lot. He's got a lot of videos on Trisha.
Yeah.
A lot. Matter of fact, he went on whose show? Was it Dr. Phil? As he was a person in the audience, and he got up to the mic and basically asked a question like it was his friends, but it was about Trisha and her then fiance, Wendy Williams.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Okay. So Adam has been very, 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 very shady at Trisha. Okay? So I kind of don't blame her for not talking to him, but the one thing I will say is it's good she's talking out on what happened to him,
Yeah.
I mean, and obviously because she got thrown into it, because now she's finding out her pictures were sent all around in that group. So,
Mm-hmm. The same statement. It's the same thing each time. I mean, I understand why she's saying it. I respect it, but
podcast entertainment channels.
He knows. He knows. He ain't dumb. He knows.
About people, public figures. Again, it's totally fine. I have a podcast where I talk about public figures. So I say that more to just maybe show how unbiased I am in this. I
mean, that's a good point as well. That's the first time she's said that connotation with it, which I understand. Is that she's saying the reason I'm saying it is to show that I'm actually unbiased. If anything, I would kind of be against Adam here, and I still believe Adam, and I think that that's an interesting perspective on it. And again, Trish, I really do appreciate it. I mean, beyond words, I actually can't put it into words. I really do. I really do.
Bless his heart.
Oh, sweetheart, I'm sorry.
We're not crying today, ladies. We are not crying today, okay?
It's okay.
I think in the past you'd be I don't want to hear anything about Adam McIntyre. I fully support and stand by him in this situation, because I think it's absolutely disgusting. It's something that I go to bed crying about. I have gone to bed crying about this summer. It actually, how I didn't see this, how I didn't all of this stuff,
Ellis, I agree with you. Trisha seems to have chilled out as of late. I think the best thing that happened to her was her having that child.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Her having Barbie, honestly. I think that, or Malibu, excuse me. Her having Malibu, I think that's the best thing that's happened to her, honestly, because she now is not the Trisha she used to be.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine her pretending to be a chicken nugget right now, like
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
I was about to say, I do kind of miss the chicken nugget, though.
You would, ma'am. You would.
And I also have to clarify really quick, and then I'm going to get to the Swoop video. I'm so sorry. I was just going to make this short. I also have to clarify really quick because I think I heard Adam saying this in a video where I still went ahead and filmed a podcast.
What'd I say? Oh, it's about me saying that she still filmed the podcast episode with Colleen after I posted my video in 2023 and the news was talking about it. And I still think that's whatever she's going to say now, I will listen to it because this is obviously her response. My criticism of Trish, and, two things can be true at once. I can say, thank you so much. And I can also say, this still bothers me. And what I said was that the media were talking about my 2023 video. Cody had came out, Johnny had already came out, everyone had already came out. And Trisha told, that she had filmed a podcast episode with Colleen, a few days after the big media storm of it. And I had a big issue with it because I just was like, okay, everything was already out there for 3 years. And then everything was out there really intensely in the media. She wasn't even posting on her Instagram because, she was so shunned from the media. And you still chose to invite her over to your house out of being friends with her to platform her on a podcast. And that, to this day, still bothers me. So I want to hear what her response is to this.
Okay, before he gets into what she says. Here's my thing, and maybe Trisha says it. I don't know. I haven't watched this video. The thing is she... Okay, so she has been accused of a lot. She has been in a lot of drama her years over on YouTube. Some of them she absolutely deserved, and some of them were people taking something completely out of fucking context. Okay? So it could have been a case of maybe she was waiting and seeing. She doesn't, maybe because she has been in so much shit, but she doesn't take what everybody is saying yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she's giving the benefit of a doubt for someone that she thought was a friend of hers.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, exactly.
That's understandable to me.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
The last podcast episode with Colleen after all this stuff came out.
I think she's probably just going to say, she doesn't look on social media or she isn't aware of drama or something. And that's I guess, an easy way out. And I'm not saying this to discredit this in this, sentence. She's going to say it all. She may say something completely different. I'm just assuming she's going to say, I really stay away from drama and I've evolved and, all this different things. But one thing I do want to say is, and I don't mean to continuously have a back and forth because me and Trisha agree on this, but I would be lying to you if I say that this doesn't bother me. Colleen and Trisha not only filmed an episode after everything came out in 2023, and it had already been out, by the way, and the media were talking about it, and Colleen wasn't posting on social media, so Trisha knew that Colleen wasn't talking on social media for a week or so anyway because of the backlash, and Adam's predictions stay right. Is that what she says? Colleen literally was silent on social media because of everything, and Trisha still chose to come over and platform her. And above any...
I can understand Adam's point, too. I mean, because he was directly affected by Colleen. So, I probably would feel the same way as Adam.
Yeah.
I mean, there could have been an explanation for it, but it doesn't mean that I'm still looking at you sideways. I mean, I can get it. I can get it both sides.
Anything else, it bothered me that they were premiering their podcast. I think they premiered their last episode, and in the moment I posted about it, there was their live chat, the premiere live chat, where justice for Adam, address Adam, Trisha, why are you still talking to Colleen? And Moses or Trisha or both of them were deleting every single comment. They were deleting any comment that had to do with Adam, with Colleen, with anything. And I'm aware Trisha said time and time again, she, has her issues with me and blah, blah, blah. But it's you were actively silencing everyone who was telling you about this. So if she sits here and I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude here, but if she sits here and says that she stays away from drama and stuff, it's okay. I'm gonna hold myself back a little bit because I'm trying to be as sympathetic as possible, but it bothers me. It bothers me.
I mean, I get it. It's allowed to bother him. With the shit that he's been through, it's absolutely allowed for him to be bothered by it.
Because it's not true. It's not true. And Trisha, I really respect you in this. And I really, 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 I'm so sorry for what happened to you. And I'm 100% on your side with this, beyond fucking words. But if, I don't know what you're going to say, but Chad have told me, we're going to see. If you sit here and say that you stay away from drama and you have a new life and stuff like this, which is what I think you're going to say. I have not watched this video yet. I am going to call your bullshit, and it's really going to piss me off because in your live chat, people were asking you about it and telling you about it, and you and Moses or whoever was blocking people, deleting comments, and it's not true if this is what you're going to say. And then after that, you still chose to film another episode with her. So again, I don't mean to sound rude here, but it really is like selective hearing. I'm trying to be as... Because we agree on this. I'm on Trisha's side. Like, I'm so sorry for what happened to her, and I, from the fucking bottom of my heart, I mean that, because I know how it feels. But...
I like went to go look at the date. I think it was like June 5th because I was like looking at all this. I think June 5th is when we filmed the last one. I want to say those initial videos came out June 2nd, June 3rd. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know the person who came out that first video saying like, you know, I don't know, whatever the video was that like, it was something like I lied, or it was something that like the initial video that started all this. I don't know the person's name. Basically like I lied on Colleen's behalf, but this was happening behind the scenes, something that like kind of made it look like or confirmed that Colleen was like on the attack of Adam. Adam made the video like I was worried about Colleen. I believe that was June 3rd. And then we filmed our podcast. It was a Monday. It was like June 5th or something. And I wrote this to Adam. I thought I clarified in the email, and if I'm not, I'm just gonna clarify this publicly. You know, I had no idea. I really, really do try to stay off line as much as I can.
Well, I mean, he called it.
You did call it. Yeah. That's the thing though. Like, I've seen in our chat, like, and I agree with some of them that like they have a right to delete comments on their own thing. The thing is, like, at that stage, she thought like that it was more swayed toward Colleen, and all these people were basically coming in and like must have felt like some sort of harassment or something to deter her away from the video or something like that. So like, yeah, I understand why she or like her mod team or whatever would have been like trying to sort of, well, I guess silence, but like, I don't know. It's kind of a weird situation, really, isn't it? Like,
well, I think it's a weird situation because it's, oh, how do I put it? Trisha's trying to be a different person, and Trisha isn't paying attention to things that she used to pay attention to, probably almost like OCD-ish before. Yeah. And at the same time, the truth finally came out about Adam, and here's Colleen on a podcast. Like, bitch, what? Excuse me, ma'am? You have things to talk about, and that is not it. You know, so it's like I can understand both sides. I can understand hiding the comments because what was going on, and it was probably berated in the chat. Or not berated, but it was probably like a bunch of them in the chat, and that's probably why they hit him, because it had nothing to do with what was going on the podcast. At the same time, I can understand people wanting Colleen to fucking talk about it. You know? So it's like one of those situations, it's like, yeah, it's fucked up all the way around.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is that like Colleen actually like said to her, look, I'm in a little bit of you know, trouble with like this controversy or something that's popping up right now. Like she gave her a little bit of a rundown, like from her point of view. So like it's kind of like you can understand why she was siding with Colleen at that stage, because like obviously she hadn't have like really heard or looked into all sides of the story. Yeah. So, yeah.
True. Very true.
I read comments that my husband monitors. So like I rarely go on Twitter because he doesn't moderate those comments. But on my YouTube channels, they are moderated. For my own mental health on my own channels, like I said, on anyone else's channels, they can say whatever, and they do say whatever. I go on podcasts, I go on this, people can say whatever they want about me. But in my socials, I do try to moderate.
Okay, that's actually, okay, Cherry Dove stuff actually brings up a good point. I feel like Trisha may have been in denial because she probably didn't want to believe she was being fucked over by another supposed friend. Not saying she was in the right, but,
Yeah.
That's a possibility
that's
too.
true.
Because Trisha's friends have been, in the last several years, Trisha's friends have been falling off.
Oh, like, she's had the worst, friendships ever.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, so many people talking about her behind her back. You got Colleen, obviously, then you got Shane Dawson, and, it's just...
Jeffree Star.
Jeffree Star,
Yep.
yeah. So she hasn't had a good
sad.
track record of friends.
So, I mean, that's actually a good point, too. So, I mean, like I said, Adam, I can see Adam feeling that way, but I can also kind of see where Trisha's at, too, with it,
Yeah.
What's up, Dandelion?
Because I like to read my
Hey,
comments. I don't have a moderator on TikTok. They're relatively nice on TikTok to me. And I don't have a moderator on Instagram. They're relatively nice to me there as well. But YouTube, I do. So, but I can't Google myself anymore on YouTube. I used to, even just type in my own channel, like Blonde Sundell 4MJ, it just comes up, and, titles would trigger me. There was something, oh my God, just recently there was, and I was so unaware of it at the time. I don't know what it was, but titles would just trigger me. So I can't look at anything about myself, much less about someone else. And I said this time and time again, Colleen and I were surface level friends before I became a mom. And I mean that we maybe hung out a few times to film videos. I always got along with her. I always thought of her as this wholesome person. I've always said this. I didn't know much about her character. I didn't know her Miranda character. I didn't know much about her really. We never hung out on extended periods of time for me to think anything of her, bad or good. And I wouldn't think that she would think that of me either, because we just never hung out that extended period of time. So once again, the shock of finding all this out is very, very shocking, and probably definitely the most twisted events I've ever had with someone that I was acquainted with on YouTube ever.
Well, there is Jeffree Star, ma'am. I'm just saying, just throwing it out there, Trisha. Jeffree Star did some pretty sick, twisted shit too. Just saying. Paying somebody $45,000. Anyway.
Of all the shocking,
I remember everything.
turns and twists my life I was taken as a social media influencer. This was the most shocking to me. One, I never thought of her as this way. Having an ill opinion of me at all. The body shaming, all this stuff like that. I was just never would have thought, much less her going in and taking
isn't that always the go-to with her ex-friends? They always body shame her.
Yeah.
Do you notice that? They are always body shaming her.
That's kind of gross.
It's
I think
very
it's because
gross.
they get to know her and they realize that that's one of her insecurities, and that's what they go for.
Oh, yeah, true.
taking my content and sending unsolicited nudes, which, by the way, once again, Colleen is very much in the wrong in this situation.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest, Dandelion. I don't agree with you. I think Trisha is actually on the change right now, and I think she has started to change since she's had her child. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna be honest. We're gonna have to agree to disagree on that one, because I honestly, until she shows me different from this point, from her childbirth on, I think she's changing actually for the better right now.
Yeah.
Honestly. Listen, you got to give people room to grow and room to change. And I think her becoming a mom, I think she has taken steps.
Yeah, and not just that, she's with Moses and he's so even-tempered. That's got to be rubbing off on her.
Yeah. So, well, you know what, Dandelion? A lot of people monetize their child. So, you know how many family, I mean, hell, we have a family that constantly are scamming people, and they have millions and millions of subscribers. Ace family.
Oh yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so This title is crazy. Well, I didn't know what the title is. Adam, okay? Adam.
It's a react-ception, all right? That's
It's a react-ception.
Yeah.
We're reacting to you, reacting to Trisha.
reacting to Swoop's video.
Reacting to Swoop's video. Shit.
Responding, yeah.
Yeah, then you react to this and we'll react to that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
See? That's how that works.
Keep
That's how
going,
that
keep
works.
going. Yeah.
Adam, are you going to say something? Oh, okay, there he is. I thought I didn't unpause it. He is not happy with
It's
that
not
response.
that she wasn't looking for the stuff. They were banning, deleting comments, timing people out that were, you know, Moses was silencing anyone. And Moses, dare I say, was, okay, if we're going to go down this angle, Trish, and I'm so sorry, but this really bothers me, then Moses was keeping the truth from you. Then Moses was like, you know what I mean? If this is the angle, if the angle is, and I'm sorry, I am going to harp on about it because it really bothers me. It is staying ignorant. It is staying ignorant. She was filming episodes with her, posting the episodes, and Moses was deleting every single comment that addressed my name, addressed Colleen, addressed whatever. So then, Trisha, if that is true, then why was Moses keeping that from you? Why was Moses banning people that were mentioning my name? Why was Moses deleting any word of what was happening between me and Colleen?
My guess is he was freaking out. My guess
Yeah.
is he was freaking out. Because he probably knew how she would freak out.
Yeah, it's kind of like a protection sort of layer for her mental health, maybe. Like that's okay. I get it, I guess.
Either someone is not telling the truth here, and I wouldn't have an issue with it if you didn't keep bringing it up, because you're bringing it up as a defense of yourself. And there's no need to defend yourself here. Listen, I would just rather you say, I didn't care about it, and the podcast was doing well, because it's the one thing. Trisha, I am so deeply on your side, you have no fucking idea.
And I believe him when he says that. I do believe him when he says that.
Yeah.
And I can understand, like I said, I can understand both ways of this. So I understand how he feels. Okay?
Yeah.
I can understand.
Yeah, he has every right.
Yeah, he does. So, I mean, but I also understand why the mods were probably deleting it too. Or why Moses, whoever it was that was deleting it, I can probably understand why that. I can understand that probably why they were doing that too. So it's like, I understand. It's it's a fucked up situation. It's just a fucked up situation all the way around. You know? And it's fucking sad that just an evil person can just affect so many fucking people. Literally. Like, bro.
Yeah.
But it is rewriting history. It is rewriting history. Literally anyone that mentioned my name in her chat was getting deleted or banned for a very long time. And then she filmed the...
Yeah, Skip makes a good point. Probably because the last thing Trish needed is another PR crisis after the hell H3 put her through. I mean, yeah. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I get it.
episode with Colleen. You know what I mean? So, my chat are saying they believe Trisha, so then it's Moses. But who told Moses to, who told Moses that the mention of Adam or the mention of Colleen grooming or whatever need to be like, who's not telling the truth here? And why do we need to be lying about this? Why do we need to be? Why can't we just sit and be like, didn't care about it, podcast with Colleen was doing well, cancel culture is its own thing. I would even be fine with that. So people are saying Colleen told Moses. Okay, so Trisha is not involved in any of these conversations then? Like, I would much rather her say I was just protecting my friend than her be like, no, I didn't see anything. And it never crossed paths to me or whatever. You were banning and deleting anyone that mentioned it. And I'm so sorry, but the more you bring it up, the more it's bothering me and I'm responding to it. I wouldn't have even brought this up if you had not said this right now. Trisha, again, I'm not going to be a broken record. It's the last time I'm going to say it. overwhelmingly on your side here, and I think my audience know that. What happened to you is so fucking wrong, and you're so brave for speaking up, and you didn't have to speak up. You could have just, delete the podcast and never speak on this again. And you speaking up has done so much wonders for my mental health and validating me, and I'm so beyond fucking grateful for you. You have no idea about that. But I just don't like the rewriting of history, because for a very long time, Moses or you or some... Whoa! Oh,
scared me.
I'm scared.
What was that?
Something was premiering, because that's the YouTube premiere song right there. Something was premiering. That was the YouTube premiere song. Jump scare.
I literally jumped.
Oh my god, that scared the living shit out of me! Oh my god! Her life thing. Oh my god! That. Oh my god!
He's so precious.
That was so scary! That was so scary! Oh my god! Oh my god, and it's so light in my ears as well!
It was loud when it popped up in the video. My god.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking god! That was so scary. Oh my god, my heart is going. My heart is going. I don't even know what point I was saying. Okay, had to cut, but I'm back. Whoever it was, Moses or someone, was not hiding it from you, but they were silencing people who were speaking about this, and then you chose to film a podcast episode with her. And the more you bring it up, the more I'm going to say that, and the more it bothers me. And I'm allowed to be bothered by it, and you're allowed to have your opinion of it. Because for the most part, I think we're...
Hey, we get it, Dandelion. I promise you, we get it. We understand what happened. We do. We understand what happened.
in agreement here.
Dynamic, she is the entertainer, and there's these fans that look up to her, and as Johnny says, wants to seem cool or whatever. So I do, there's that, but I have to make this video. There's just so much. We were going to talk about this on the podcast. We film on Mondays and Wednesdays to air Tuesdays and Thursdays. So tomorrow was a hot topic sort of things, and we were going to talk about the Swoop video. And just one more time to clarify. So that last episode we filmed, I did not see anything at all. And even when I started seeing stuff after, because we were supposed to film again, and I'm like, okay, I started seeing stuff, and I was like, I kept putting a pause, right? At first I was like, okay, again, a week later when I started seeing more and more stuff come out, I'm like, okay, let me my first reaction as an influencer, as someone who's gone through it, is
I think Trisha needs to adopt No New Friends 2023.
Yeah.
Get on board. Right.
And she needs to critically look at the friends that she has, because Trisha, whew.
So, and I'm just being honest about this. My first reaction is okay, there's this hate mob right now. It can't be that serious. Again, completely unaware of any of the allegations. I wasn't aware of Adam's original video. I don't know when it was posted, 2020, 2018. I'm not sure when his original one.
You won't if Moses is blocking every single person that brings it up in your live streams.
I agree,
Yeah.
Marmalade. I think a solo podcast was great for her. Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah,
I think
Trisha's enough of a personality on her own. She don't need nobody else.
I agree.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Either Trisha's lying or Moses was hiding everything from her.
One was posted, or the follow-up. I'm just figuring all this out now. I saw something that Colleen posted, video May 2020. I'm doing, I'm just in my own world doing OF. I'm not even on YouTube like that. So completely in my own world. If you know summer 2020, But so I'm just unaware of all of this. Truly, to a fault. When I started my podcast with Colleen, I was very honest with her. And say hey, just so you know, I have a Reddit that hates me, that really tries to destroy anything I try to do, and and sometimes they succeed and sometimes they don't. And I'm just letting you know.
Trishy Land.
Just very upfront.
What now?
Trishy Land.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
I hate Trisha Land so bad. Oh, and they keep getting busted on Reddit, and they keep making a new subreddit. It's hilarious.
gross.
Yeah, they're
Oh, really?
they're called something now. I have it somewhere. Somebody gave it to me.
Ugh.
To let her know, as I am with everybody, by the way, every podcast, every collaborator. And now I try not to, because I try not to just put that bad energy out there. But I think when you're going into business with someone like a podcast, right, we did all the expenses up front, but I still wanted her to know, like, hey, like, you know, just be prepared, because this happens, you know, there's a lot of hate about me, and I'm not all of it is unwarranted. Some of it is, obviously there's the extremes, but not all. So I just, you know, I try to tell everybody up front, everyone I work with, like I said, especially going into business with someone. Again, we upfronted all the costs for, like, obviously the sets and everything, which is, you know, I took that on. That's fine. And I thought maybe, like, with...
Hold on. Just give me a moment.
I love this live investigation that he does. It's great.
Right. And I like how he's typing with one hand.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a moment.
Started,
Right.
to get the ball rolling.
Oh, sorry.
I just want to say, I don't know how he hasn't taken a bite out of his mic yet. It looks like it would taste good.
Yeah.
The ball's rolling. Like,
Look at
like,
this.
what's that? I was like,
You'll
yeah,
watch
that's
in
what
real
happened.
time
Yeah.
how the comments
That's
about
what- and then
Adam
it started happening. I was
got
like, well, it'll
deleted.
probably never happen. It probably it's not gonna happen. We'll never do.
And
any
she
episode.
didn't
We'll never
know?
do it again.
Yeah, it took me a minute to get going on this because I didn't
Just
know either.
watch.
I was like, okay, is this like, am I gonna like get excited and then it's not gonna happen?
Any
And then
mention
you're
of
not curious
Adam
about it, and then I'm
immediately
like a
deleted.
stupid person, and I'm just like, oh my god.
But
We started
you
this,
just
and
didn't
you're like,
see
"Oh,
it.
I wasn't
Either
prepared."
Moses or you was deleting
No,
any
but
mention
I
of me.
have my own
On your
illusions.
thing with
I
Colleen.
just, you know.
Just,
I have some
I'm gonna
crazy
let
ones
it
because
play.
sometimes I'll watch a TV show and I'll be like, and I'll literally say to Moses, and he'll understand. I'm like, why am I not on the show? Like, I'll watch you. We just like binge watch all the 4 seasons.
Stop deleting comments. Justice for Adam. Watch as that one will get deleted in a second.
Illusions, because he thinks I can be.
As he should.
He
Deleted.
has everything. He's
Wait.
Like, you can be. You will be. You will do this.
As he should.
Wait, deleted.
And he said,
he should
He
be.
said it. Brad Pitt saw you. Because I think he.
Okay, we can go past this part because we know that's what happened. Okay, hold on.
I was
Little
gonna say,
podcast
like,
was with-
she said that she wasn't watching and she didn't know, right, for that premiere. Then who was in the actual channel's name commenting saying Moses is so great?
Well, that's a good question. Who was it?
Because I don't believe Moses would say that about himself, and I think she
Oh
was there.
no, I think
watching.
Moses would, like being
You reckon?
sarcastic, he would. But I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, it could have been anybody. It could have been her. Could have been Colleen. I mean, it could have been any managing people they have on their channel. It could have been anybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's suspicious.
Yep. Because was it on a channel? Was it on a separate channel?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't remember what the name was. It was a long name. If you go back to the start of it, it's in yellow.
It was like oversharing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it was
it's
that-
on
it
a
was the
separate
channel
channel. So
name.
that could be anybody who has managing privileges of that channel. Like if I gave you a managing privilege on Xylie Gets Real, then you can go into the chat as Xylie Gets Real.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because like how the Now Recording Boys do it, they all have privileges on that channel. So they all, or how we can do it. Any one of us can go under broadcast and type in the chat.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't know. That's a good question. Who was it?
I at the time I didn't have any like sort of knowledge with podcasting, like doing my own. My first individual podcast was with a podcast company, but that was in 2019. So and I had a manager at the time, so I didn't know.
Moses is her mod, yeah.
Like her
Okay, so Adam's saying Moses is a rod. So Adam's saying it was Moses.
podcasting company, and initially she was like, yeah, and then when I told her that, I guess she told them, and they were like uncomfortable with it. So we ended up not, as you guys know, we didn't have any like sponsorships for the podcast or stuff like that. So yeah, basically I thought like, you know, I'll like set up the costs and set up the set and stuff, and like she'll take care of that. And it doesn't work out, and that's fine. And I was like, okay, well, you know, I get that because I work with a lot of companies, and I do have to tell them up front, you know, this sort of thing happens. Again, some companies are okay with it.
Someone said Corey was there too. Yeah, but Trisha and Moses ran the channel. So it was Moses doing it. So Das, my mod, said Moses was doing it, so either he's doing it without her knowing, which is fucked up, or they're both lying.
Just something I have to deal with. That's something that comes along with.
And it's not one or two comments, it's like every comment.
Well, somebody was certainly doing it. That's all. I mean, honestly, somebody was certainly doing it.
And by the way, it was a premiere, which means people are saying Trisha couldn't have deleted them. She was on the live stream. It wasn't a live stream. It was a live showing of the video,
Yeah,
which
it
is a
was a
premiere,
premiere,
which
yeah.
means that Trisha could have been the one doing it, but it was Moses talking with people because most people were like, Moses, delete more comments. Like this one's mentioned. So that's what was happening. It just bothers me. I'm going to be honest. It's not a case of Trisha needs to speak out, but it's a case of you were continuously going out of your way to like platform these videos and then deleting every single like response. And maybe it is just Moses doing it and he wasn't telling Trisha, and that's fucked up. Because why are you then having your wife sit down with this woman even more and post these I don't know.
Because she was warned about it at the start.
She what?
Like, she was warned about it from Colleen at the start, so she already had a skewed view of
Okay,
what
see,
was going on.
yeah. So if Colleen, so Colleen warned her.
Yeah.
Where does she warn her?
She said so in that premiere that was like uploading. I watched it. The one where she kind of recaps it on Just Trish. And she did say that Colleen kind of before they started the podcast was kind of like, look, there are like these kind of things that are happening right now, and you know, it's a little bit weird for me, and this is kind of what the deal is. And she's like, oh, okay, yeah, that's all right. Like we'll work through it or something like that.
Yeah.
So, like she did know about the situations. It's just I don't know whether that she actually obviously at that
You
stage
don't know
she didn't
how
think, like,
Colleen
why.
actually told her. Like, you
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Colleen could have like made like Colleen obviously made herself out to be the victim in this situation.
Obviously.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, and I actually do think that was Trisha on the chat. Now that I'm looking at this, and I'm like, I don't know. It's kind of a little bit sus. Why sort of? I guess I don't want to use the word lie, but it's kind of like why say that you weren't there and you didn't see anything when like it looks like that you were.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question. It's a good question.
It is what it is, right? You just keep pushing forward.
It is what it is.
We just post on YouTube. That's it.
I am so sick of that saying. I hate it is what it is. Eva and I will be in the DMs about something, like bitching about something together, because I'm always bitching with Eva. And Eva and I, either one of us, when we get to the point of the end of the conversation, we both go, it is what it is.
Yeah, in full caps.
Yep.
Yep, that's generally
Caps
what
lock.
it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Whatever. So this is like a whole long thing. So I was very upfront. This is what it says about me, this whatever. And so like, again, I was blindsided by all this because like, she'd be like, yeah, I have a lot of hate and a lot of this. And I'm like, why? Like, you seem unproblematic. And like, truly, I always thought that about her. And it was always like, there was like two things she would mention, but like, I didn't know like this part at all. And of course, like not to the extent. And once again, to go back, like, you know, I'm
Also, sorry. So for how much Trisha talks about like me and hers history, right? You're telling me that Colleen Ballinger, who dealt with the cancellation, if you will, in 2020 because of Adam McIntyre, and Trisha Paytas, who doesn't like Adam McIntyre, you're telling me they never spoke about me. This isn't a case of me being like, oh, they were talking about me. You're telling me that Colleen Ballinger, who despises Adam McIntyre, and Trisha Paytas, who hates Adam McIntyre, never once spoke about me? Please. 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 Please.
I'm an influencer. I've dealt with these people, so I'm just like, okay, I know there are stuff that has been completely made up. Like I said, there's stuff that's completely warranted, and then there's stuff completely made up about just a lot of things, you know, and people's opinions too. People calling my daughter a prop, or you know, there's lies.
And no, it wasn't auto-modded for Sister Honey who said that, because some messages would last up longer than other ones, and then Moses would clarify, haters back off.
If it was auto modded, you would, if they would like say they would have put the word Adam or McIntyre in words that you can't say on YouTube, like on your channel, they would have automatically showed up. Nobody would have seen them because they would have automatically showed up for mods to either hide or show.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it wasn't auto modded, because if it was auto modded with Adam's name in any kind of way, and any variation you can do Adam's name, then they wouldn't have shown up at all.
Yeah.
So it was not auto-modded.
Off because he would then come in and do other ones quicker than others. Just be honest.
I've shown my daughter in her diaper, which I never have, you know, so there's in my head, I'm like, okay, people can twist things and then it runs as facts and, you know, and it becomes exaggerated. So I didn't know, I didn't get the severity of the situation. I didn't grasp it. And anyone who knows me knows I've talked about at length that I do not support any adult talking to a minor ever. But
yes, if y'all better get one more like, or Leon's gonna come back and yell at everybody.
Yeah,
right?
he'll be in your walls later going, "Oh, you didn't like that stream.
You better go
did
back
you?"
and like that stream. You better watch out. Leon's scary.
we just talked about this on my Dr. Drew podcast. You know, there's a difference of being, of course, friendly and cordial. Maybe you're working with someone. There's times obviously when you can be friendly, but I think anyone who's like friends or hangs out or invites my.
Can I be honest about something?
Yes.
Of course.
I think she has like PTSD from H3H3.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a rough time for her.
I really do. I think she's got PTSD from Ethan. I really do.
Yeah, they exploited the hell out of her.
Yeah, absolutely. Her
Yeah.
actual mental breakdowns and mental health was like the main subject of the show.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
With the way he talked to her and shit. So
They monetized that shit.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. He made a lot of money off of that shit. I think she has PTSD from there. She doesn't want to deal with another drama. And you know what? Maybe she did make the wrong decisions on dealing with this. And I can understand Adam feeling the way he's feeling. But, you know, I just think she just doesn't want to deal with shit anymore. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, and then
And how vicious his audience is. Yeah, she probably just didn't want all that over again.
yeah, she
Yeah,
just doesn't,
Hayden-
because of the shit she's had to deal with the H3 subreddit, Trishy Land, Ethan Klein himself.
Yeah.
You know, she probably's got PTSD and she doesn't want to deal with shit anymore. She just wants to raise her kid, and then now all of a sudden she finds out her friend Colleen is a fucking shitbag, and then on top of being a shitbag, she's been passing around her naked photos to people.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is fucked.
She probably freaked the fuck out. I mean, that's what I'm thinking. She probably freaked the fuck out.
Absolutely. Hayden in chat actually said it has a really good point. He says, I'm very much on the fence about Trisha's initial reaction because she has been working hard not to get triggered and blocking out negativity, but I understand why it felt like she was silencing Adam.
Yeah, same.
that's
I
perfect.
get it.
Yeah.
Like I get where Adam's coming from with it. At the same time, I can kind of see maybe where Trisha's head was about it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm thinking. I'm thinking, how would I be thinking about it if I was Trisha? You know? And the shit that Trisha has been through, a lot of it was on her own accord, but the last shit with Ethan had a part of it. They were fucking with her.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know? So it's like, it's a complete sad situation all the way around.
Yeah.
It is a sticky, sad fucking situation all the way around, and I hate it. I hate it. It's so uncomfortable. Like, this situation right here, like what we're watching, is just uncomfortable to me.
Yeah.
You know, it's sad.
Minors to the party, even if they're 17. I've been an advocate on this on so many levels. I was, you know, part of a group that
Jason Nash and David Dobrik.
17-year-old dating, you know, someone in their 20s, and I was like, no, I talked about the story time and time again when, you know, there was an influencer who was 17 that was part of this group and came to the house, and I was like, I don't feel comfortable with a 17-year-old being up in my apartment. Like, there's just so many things, much less a 14-year-old, you know, Adam McIntyre. Like, I can't even fathom, like, meet up with us and the whole thing. Like, there's so much to it. There's so much to the story that I physically can't even stomach, can't even take. So that all was happening. I'm trying to figure all this out. I'm trying to figure out, like, what. And again, me talking to Colleen at the time, I was just like, I didn't know the full situation. I also don't want.
That's true, Skip. Whether she knew or not, no one has the right to brute force anyone to talk about something. I mean, that's a point. That's a point.
Yeah.
Too.
Anyone to ever like hurt themselves or something like that. So I'm just trying to figure it all out and like how to like cut this off, right? This thing that we have, as you know, after a while, I was like, okay, let's plan another podcast. Let's do another podcast. I'm just like, okay, that's clearly not going to happen. How do I do this? And you know, again, trying to figure out like all the like the facts the best that I could that was out there. And again, pretty quickly, I did when I saw this information coming out. Period. The stuff with quickly. It didn't take me long, but quickly I was like, this is something I can't support. Like, I can, you know, forgive a lot of things in the past for being stupid, whatever, but it's like when you're a grown person in their 30s, you just have a child, you're still participating in this, like there's okay, you know what I mean? So it was a lot to take in. And I did make my video after Johnny tweeted those pictures, so that brings me to what I wanted to speak about today. And this is meant to be short and concise to the point, because this is another reason why Swoop in her video a lot talks about like her and her team, like, you know, like.
I kind of feel bad. No, excuse me. Scratch that. I kind of feel like Trisha feels bad on the way she handled it at first. Because you notice how she rambled?
Yeah.
I think she feels kind of bad about it. She's
Yeah,
acting like she feels bad about it. I don't know. It's just the way she's acting about it. It kind of makes me feel like she feels bad about it. By the way she's rambling.
Exactly. Yeah, she has regrets about the way she handled it.
Yeah.
You can see that.
But they've come to concluded, and I think that's like a really like important part to talking about sensitive situations. So I originally was like, I'm gonna talk about this on the podcast because I have a producer, Oscar, who's very, very articulate.
Oscar's really good.
Presents all these sides to me because I'm very emotional. I have a personality disorder. I react very aggressively where I have to like take a minute, you know, especially when I saw the Swoop video, I had to take a minute. I think I saw it Thursday when it came out. I was driving back, and so I had to like take a minute. I followed Swoop, and then, you know, I also have this thing where I feel to anyone, to Adam in this situation, to, you know, Swoop, to anyone who does like videos about public figures or, you know, mishaps or missteps or whatever, I never ever want it to come across as I'm like befriending someone or on someone's side and say, oh, well, they just, you know, to make it seem like I want them to talk nice about me. You know, you know, there's been a few people who I genuinely like have reached out to in the past when I used to get like a ton of hate that, you know, that I thought were pretty fair. Paige Christie comes to mind, where she's like, you know, Trisha's bad, but also like this isn't right, you know, where they kind of, I wouldn't say defend me, but just not show all sides, because there are times I'm in the wrong and there are times when it's like kind of balance sided with something that goes down and people only like to show.
Oh, I bet you she's talking about that Mysterious video.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, me and Paige were the only ones that went after Mysterious for that bullshit video she did, or videos that she did. Just saying, throwing it out there.
Yeah, she's psychotic.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh. Well, she's back on it, FYI.
Ugh.
No way.
Yeah, I swear to God, she's back on it.
Lord.
She's back on it.
Me like down here and whatever. So sometimes I appreciate that. There's another one named Mish that I reached out to, but again, I never want to like really go there because I don't want to ever. I've had friendships before with channels like this, and then it gets twisted around that like I'm trying to like use them. So I'm very like careful and sensitive now that I'm like that's never been my intention. I've been friends. There was a drama channel back in the day. I don't know what happened to him. I hope he's okay. I'm going on a tangent here, but that I befriended because this was 2012 or something. I just befriended. I came to a meetup in New York. And, you know, but then they come to LA, and if I'm just not a person that hangs out in general, if I didn't want to hang out, then...
Is this that story? Remember, what was that story? What was that story of that? What was that person's name? I forget.
Are you talking about the teacher?
No. Oh, is it Nikocado? Oh, I thought it was the one who was like really obsessed with her.
That was Nikocado Avocado.
Yes. I thought that's who she was talking about. Yeah, Daniel or something. Not Dakota.
Mm.
Now
Yeah,
I'm confused.
Daniel.
I don't know who
Daniel.
Yeah,
Daniel
I don't
something.
know that
And his
one.
second name doesn't matter.
And they turn.
Yeah,
and
her
sometimes
like
people
this
just
the
turn, and it's like, okay, like
that
I'm just,
one.
you know, straight up, I'm just not a good friend. Period. I like to isolate in my house. Like I don't hang out ever. Even with people like I consider friends. I mean, there was like a couple years, I guess in my early 20s, where I had like a friend group that I hang out. But I'm really just not a hangout kind of person, especially if it's like, I don't know, I've never been that way, especially now that I'm a mom, I really don't hang out with people, but I never was. And like, yeah, maybe I'm just like not a good friend, hence why I don't keep friends. Like maybe I'm
not Daniel Prada.
I don't reach out that much. Like that's a whole other thing, but I don't try to befriend people for that reason, especially people who make videos.
Daniel E. Carroll is the name. Like actually Mysterious actually did a couple of videos about it. So,
Who is that?
well, they describe him as being a stalker. I've never heard of his name before, but I just looked it up.
Oh, is that the guy that was a really big fan of Trisha for a while, and then he got like really weird, and I think
I assume so. Yeah.
Let me guess. Did Mysterious stick up for Daniel?
probably.
Well, yeah. Well, the second video that they put out 4 months ago says Trisha Paytas lied about Daniel E. Carroll being her stalker.
Yes, yeah, that's the guy I'm thinking of.
Oh God.
Mm.
I don't want to cover Mysterious again. I don't want to do
Yeah,
it.
she's a migraine.
Oh, she really is. And it's a damn shame because she's not bad editor and she's not bad. Oh God, she just knows how to twist stories very well.
Right.
But that's what happens when you're fueled by Trishy Land. Just saying.
It's about me because I just don't want it. I know people flip and I don't want it to feel, and I get my
True, Skip. She needs to get a life. Yes, Mysterious needs to
Touch
get
some
a
grass.
life. By the way, there was a video. Okay, sidebar. Sorry. There was a video made about Mysterious. Okay, that by the time somebody tagged me in it, they only had 1 subscriber, and it's done by an AI voice.
Oh.
The AI voice drives me insane. However, that video literally backs up what Paige and I were saying about her.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, all she does is like speculate on stuff, but say it like that.
yes. Yes.
That's it.
And by the way, do you know somebody, they obviously couldn't touch kids or anything because they were a veteran. Duh.
Whoa,
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, that was Mysterious. That's what Mysterious said. Just saying, throwing it out there. Anywho, no
Dumbass
story
take.
for another day.
Alright.
Another
Yeah.
I can't wait to cover it. All right, let's go.
feelings hurt too, you know what I mean? Like I befriended, I guess you call them drama channels in the past where I'm like, they're just fun and I like them and they're a good time because let's be real, like drama channels, they're entertaining. A lot of the hosts are entertaining people. That's why people watch them. But, I get my feelings hurt that I'm like, oh, I thought we were cool. Like you came to my house. Like I thought we were like, kind of like you knew me, but now you're like painting this picture of me as a monster. Anyways, that's a whole other thing. So I do think Swoop is, as far as like, I don't consider her drama channels are obviously very well produced.
It is OG Trisha lore, yeah.
It's
It's like one of her biggest fans.
Like very calm. I see even when she like gets like triggered about the TV and stuff, that the victim shaming with that. There's triggers people have and you can tell when someone's been traumatized, and she does a very good job of like composing herself. And that's a whole
Daniel E. Carl.
I could have a full reaction to, and I think we will still talk.
Okay, he got down to it. Daniel, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he was the guy that he won a contest to like do a video call with Trisha, and I think she felt so uncomfortable with how he was that she like didn't do it, and then he was all like, "I got scammed by Trisha."
Stop being weird, maybe.
Yeah, I get her not wanting to do it because he was very strange.
Remember when Mysterious said nobody else had come out about the teacher, someone else that came out corroborated his story, and then she claimed the girl was Trish and bullied them off the internet? Yes, I do.
Yeah.
And the video that I just talked about Mysterious actually goes into that.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, it's a good video. Oh, I'm gonna react to it. I just gotta get time to react to it because FouseyTube is now acting like an idiot, and I have to cover him tomorrow because priorities.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
It does help me to have a producer there to kind of like rein me in, I guess, because right now my emotions are all over the place, as you can tell. But bottom line is this, it took me a couple of days to like kind of like figure all this out again because it's just a lot. And again, I'm gonna be real, like I really try to avoid stuff about me, which call it hypocritical or whatever, I follow whatever, and I also try to avoid stuff about this because I feel like I've said my piece. I feel like I've made peace, haven't made peace with it. I feel extreme guilt and anxiety over it, which is something that's never happened. You guys know my menstrual cycles are off, and I haven't, I did an HSG test before all this at the beginning of June, and last time I did that I was able to conceive right away. It's been 3 cycles now and I have not, and my hormones are out of whack. My menstrual cycle.
Oh, she's trying for a second baby.
Oh.
So everything is very like, obviously I'm very, very like stressed and anxious, which is something that I'm really trying hard to get out of and like just keep myself busy. So I really try not to even pay attention to this stuff. However, like, I am glad that it was presented to me in this way, and I'm like thankful. So like, in all sincerity, and I mean this because Swoop is another one who's clear. It's like, you know, Trisha has done stuff that I don't agree with. You know, she does that disclaimer, which I totally get everyone should do. But not, I thank you truly for getting those photos taken down from Twitter. I really thought it was Johnny who took them down. As he said, he took them down because they served their purpose, was his quote. But Swoop was, in her video, said after 20 minutes, she had to like convince him to take it down. And in the video, Johnny was very much like, well, he refers to me as an untouchable public figure, so it was fine. He had tweeted about me this June saying,
oh God, when he said that, I wanted to smack the
I know.
look on his face off.
I wanted to do that so many times throughout that video. Swear to God. Like,
Colleen, you know, she's doing a podcast with a porn star. What did she expect? Which I'm not a porn star. I've done sex work. I still have sex work available, but I'm not a porn star. Even if I was a porn star, it really doesn't justify these things. I think porn stars are like really, they fall victim a lot to photos like this being used inappropriately, criminally. It's a really bad stigma. It's something that we get blamed for. And
all true.
It's, you know,
Yes.
like just hearing the almost sort of like, because he presented it as like, I was sent these unsolicited, I don't want these, but then to hear about him like searching for these with the intent to obviously make fun of me, there's no other reason. I mean, he said I was on a watch list.
Yeah, he was doing it too. He was doing it too because he's a piece of shit.
Yep.
Like,
And I mean, I can't even imagine how hard that is, you know, for Trisha to like, for Johnny to post these and then for Trisha to try understand that Colleen was doing this to her, but then realize that and find out that Johnny was also doing it. That's like two, you know, that's like two big hits.
Yeah.
the more stuff that comes out, like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with myself sometimes because, again, it brings up this guilt of being a sex worker. It brings up this guilt that I was like friends and like talking to and like supporting this person who was like really a monster when it comes to this stuff. You know, I go back and forth, like, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to feed into it, but it's not drama. And I think people take this like lightly, which I said before. This isn't something to take lightly. This is very serious. This is someone in a power position, like doing this to minor and just feeling like it's okay, you know, like, well, they were jokes, they were this. But even if that's how you felt at the time or still feel, like there's a very real 16-year-old girl who feels traumatized by this. Rightfully so. If you're 16, you don't know. I was 16. I didn't know. I was, you know, trying to get the attention of any celebrity any way I could. And of course now you're just like, oh, that was weird.
Hi, Oliver.
And there's no acknowledgement of that. It's like, it's just a lot. And the more I hear about this like watch list, this obsession, I'm just like, I don't know how to process it. I don't know how to process it. I don't know how to deal with the guilt of it. I don't know what to do to make it better.
I mean, one thing that's interesting to note is it was always very apparent that Trisha was a fan of Colleen. Like, she always said online that she was almost like a fan of Colleen and all these different things. So for Trisha to find out that Colleen was actually like an obsessed person with Trisha, I can't even imagine what it's like to process that.
I mean, think about that. This person is, you're a fan of that person, and you also kind of, you know, they're like your friend, right? And to find out they did that shit.
Yeah, especially since she had been in her house. Like, I mean, it's a lot different than just being friends with somebody online. Like, they personally knew each other in real life.
Yeah.
Yes.
To think that there's a power dynamic because you are almost a fan of Colleen being her friend and then realizing that she was obsessed with you.
Yeah.
How do you even
and there's very real people hurting. It's a very real situation. Part of me is like, I don't want to talk about it and keep it going, but at the same time, it's something that, you know, this shouldn't be a slap on the wrist. Everything's okay. This is a very serious thing. And you guys, I'm very anti-cancel culture, but this is not cancel culture. You know, someone making mistakes in their past or doing something silly, stupid in their past. You know, I don't think they should be canceled for the rest of their life. But this is something that's very serious, not that far in the past, a repeated pattern of behavior. So, again, back to the Swoop thing. You know, thank you, Swoop, for getting those pictures taken down because.
Shout out Swoop.
Johnny said something along the lines of like, you know, I thought that would make her feel better or something, that it's like out there. And Swoop was like, how do you think that's helping her?
That's what I wanted to know. How the hell why? Well, how would that make her feel better? Yes, let me post her very poorly edited so they can't see what it is nudes online. Oh, wait, Johnny did it because it would do well on Twitter. Remember, Johnny said,
Yeah.
"Oh, but it would do well on Twitter." God, he's such a piece of shit.
He's so content brained and like so hungry
He's a
for
clout
that
goblin.
fame.
He is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Massive clout goblin. Yeah.
It's not helping me, you know, at all. There's plenty of ways to get a hold of me. Adam McIntyre sent an email to my business email, which does not go to me, but it was forwarded to me. He could verify that I replied from a different email. It was forwarded.
True.
I did not reply from that email. I don't have
True.
access to that email. Someone else checks that email for me.
True.
But there's plenty of ways to get that message to me that like I would be able to see, and the person will forward to me. The person checks my email, forwards me anything. That's obviously something like
That was true, and it was actually very quick. I got a response very quick, actually.
like that's serious, that needs my attention. I think it was in Swoop's video, unless she was like showing a clip of someone else's video, but I think it was Swoop's video, the way she censored it, which was, you know, a big...
But Johnny was doing it for Twitter attention and likes, so...
Yeah, Johnny did it because he
Amen.
thought it would do well on Twitter. He
Yeah.
does anything that he can get for clout. Well, not since the Swoop video though. That kind of shut his ass down. That Swoop video shut his ass down. Johnny, you still need to get a hold of me, bro. Okay? You can DM me, Johnny, at Xylie Gets Real at twitter.com or Xylie Gets Real at gmail.com. Get a hold of me, Johnny. We can talk. All right, we'll have a live stream. I'm sure plenty of people will show up. All right.
Oh yeah.
I bet you plenty of people would show up if I can get you on my channel to talk to me. And I promise, I will. Okay, I can't promise not to yell. What can I promise? Eva, what can I promise? I will not be condescending towards you, Johnny.
I feel like that one might be hard to keep too.
I
Yeah,
think
that
you
might
need
be
to shut the hell up. I'm trying to get him on my damn channel. All
Oh
right.
yeah, no, she'll be an angel to
Yeah.
you,
Yeah, she'll
Johnny.
be so nice.
Yes, I will be so nice to you, Johnny. Get a hold of me, bro. We need to talk. Yeah, exactly. Don't be afraid of Xylie. She's just a Latina. Exactly.
So he wouldn't have emailed Trisha, because how do you get attention from that?
Who, like, you know, and I try to be really strong, and you have to be, you know, doing this for so long that it's like, well, it's Trish, she's used to it. Or I've seen the argument that I post these things myself, and so it's fine. It's like, one, I do this a lot, and people think it's like a weird thing that I do, but I post and delete a lot because, you know, this is my work, this is my line of work. I'm not necessarily ashamed of it. It's something I'm hopefully going to get away from in the future. So I post to promote. This is my income. This is my work. I post to promote, and it's definitely not in the light that people are sharing these photos. Like there's screenshots of me, and like it's not flattering or whatever. The ones I post are very picked, but I can post those. Anyone else can't, and I think that's another stigmatism, but that's a stigma, bad stigma. But now I can see that those photos were posted with certainty to humiliate me, to force me into talking, because he was so upset that I wasn't saying anything, that I wasn't talking, that...
And I mean, Johnny went on the record with that. He was like, well, these'll get her to talk. And it's like...
It was gross.
Yeah.
I mean, he could have sent them straight to her.
Right.
You know, I mean, bro. Ugh, so gross.
Like, I was pissed that Trisha, you know, was still working with Colleen and stuff, but I was never once gonna be like, what he did.
It's forced me to talk. I think you mentioned it.
That's because you have class, baby. Okay?
And I don't know where I saw it, like TikTok or whatever. It was in another interview where it was like, well, she wasn't saying anything, so I'm like, this will get her to talk. So to me, that's...
Like, even if he wanted to post them, right? If he had posted them and then censored them better, you know, that would also change it, you know? But censoring them with the
censor
small ass emoji is not really...
Yeah, he didn't censor them very well. He did not censor them very well at all.
He knew what he was doing.
He knew exactly what he was doing. Why? Because he's a piece of shit. But still talk to me, Johnny. I mean that with love.
Censoring them.
It's just this whole other level of just... Of course it was to humiliate me. Of course the pictures were to body shame. He was like, oh no, I didn't send the pictures to body shame. Oh, well, one time. There's no other reason to send that. The way he talks about my photos being like she was butt naked with a big grin on her face. Like, it's just, that is manipulative. That is gross. That is disgusting. That is a form of just forcing someone, of humiliating them. All of the above, and that he wasn't going to take it down without Swoop. And he even said, I respect Swoop. He said, I respect you. So like I think he took it down. So I guess he took down all but one. So, like, truly, as
And
far
still
as
kept
people
one
are trying
up
to-
because it got him Twitter
I don't
likes.
want to
Like,
use the word defend, but like,
'Cause he's
I guess in this
gross.
situation,
Ugh.
like, I guess defend in this situation, you know, the Swoop has definitely
Swoop!
done a lot more than she needed to, because I do think
I refuse to do that. I am not doing that.
absolutely.
a lot of other people, I think, because I have, like, you know, I've been around for so long, and, like, you know, I have like this name or whatever, it just ties me to the story. But I don't love it, like, there's just more people being tied to the story, including Swoop. And I felt for her too. I feel like this just becomes this like really dark tangled web, and it's just like,
Yeah, it is. It really has become that. It really has become that. It's becoming almost psychotic. The story is literally taking psychotic turns.
Yep.
Oh my god.
I think it's just like triggering and traumatizing for like a lot of people. You know, it becomes something. A lot of people are like, this is gossip, or like, who cares about this? Oh, they're being so hard. Oh, there were some missteps by Colleen. So what? It's like, this is like very serious and traumatizing events, like talking about anything sexual, tampons, anything like that with minors, talking about your divorce, talking about heavy adult issues with children.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the tampon thing. I forgot about that. Her getting us to put tampons in our mouths. I never did it though, because I never wanted to buy a tampon.
Well, good. None of y'all should have done that. Holy
Good
shit.
call.
Is a big issue. This is something that needs to be brought to light, because I think that, I know when we talk about this stuff, like, it becomes not okay. You know, there was a period of time when it was okay to date a 14-year-old, a 16-year-old, and Hollywood was like, that's totally fine. And now people are like, no, that's like not okay, actually.
No, that's absolutely true. She's not wrong. At one time, it was okay. I mean, you can go back to a bunch of old heads back in the day, and every single one of them would get canceled today.
Oh, yeah.
You know, every single one of them would be canceled today. Because that was the thing to do.
And here's why. And I think it's something that needs to be talked about, especially with the age of social media influencers and the closeness people have to interacting with fans. And, you know, it's just this weird dynamic. And
Are you going to interview Josh on your channel? I'm not an interviewer. I'm going to leave that to the people who are qualified to do that. I just don't think I could do it justice. And I also have so much personal attachment to it that it just wouldn't even be like a good interview. You know what I mean?
Yeah, be so biased. Yeah.
power position, ultimately, like, it just needs to be
Yeah.
talked about more. So it's a lot to process. It's you know, there's nothing to take away from like what Colleen was doing with my photos. She again was the one in power. I did feel forced to talk about it then. I felt that was my way of just acknowledging it, as I do with any sort of public humiliation or shame. I acknowledge things right away. I don't know for better or worse. Some people say not to acknowledge it at all, but that's just how I handle things in situations. This video, I do not feel forced to make at all. Like, I just felt compelled to, and that I'm grateful for Swoop and that those photos were taken down, because when it's used in that way, the people who dislike me have more ammunition to embarrass and humiliate me, and those things can get twisted. And none of it is good. None of it feels good. All of it feels bad. To all the minors affected by Colleen and the jokes, according to her, that were made and the inappropriate conversations, like, I really am sorry. This is something that is like so awful and so disgusting, and I see it happen, not just with this situation, with other influencers who truly are like engaging and conversing with people that are underage, even if they're 17, almost 18, you know, all this like that, like, that just get a pass.
I don't even like to be in DMs with adults.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. This is
And I don't understand, because this is like, this is territory that's like affecting children. And I feel there's one thing everyone agrees on: prisoners in prison, you know, don't mess with children. If you mess with children, like, that's the ultimate, right? And to me, I know that 17 caught up the magic 18, you're like automatically, I don't even believe that. I think like 18, 19 years, you're talking to a teenager when you're in your 30s, 40s, whatever. I think there's still something wrong with you. There is something wrong with you. You don't need to be, there's nothing you have in common with that person, nor is there anything you need to do with that person if they're 18, 19. So I don't think it's this magic number. It's this magic number legally, but I don't think it's this magic number. And I think if you're talking to a teenager of any capacity in this light, it's like, it's weird, and it's beyond weird. There's something dark there. So the Swoop video is 4 hours long, and it's, you know, it's just a part of her series. And, you know, she said she had a lot of her own mental health struggles with this. So it's another reason I really try not to get involved too deep with stuff. On our podcast, you know, when we try to talk about stuff that's just like trending, and I also try to talk about it anything anymore. You know, I think in the past I've done gossip or drama, you know, I feel like I kind of have this like no holds barred attitude. It's like, well, public figure is that's what, you know, and I think I said that's like, it's public figure, deal with it. And I think to some extent that is true, but I try now, you know, to look at it with mom gloves, with gentle gloves, with gloves that are like, okay, so was this with now loving gloves, because I think I had so much hate for myself and bitterness towards other, that I was looking at it from like a hateful place. So now I try to look at the full picture. And even if someone is like terribly, everyone can agree is like, oof, Ariana, I guess with, well, he was married with a baby, you know, I still try to like, look at it as like, well, you know, maybe they were divorced, or maybe there's, you know, I try to look at it in some sort.
Oh yeah, she's got PTSD, bro.
Yeah.
She's got PTSD, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. I honestly believe Ethan Klein fucked her up. I'm just gonna say it. I think Ethan Klein fucked her up.
Like
I
a
think
number
that
of
whole
her
frenemy
friendships.
shit fucked her up. What?
Yeah. I was gonna say, like a number of her friendships, she's gone through this so many times with so many different people. Like she thought they were like really good friends, and then it turns out they're bitching about her or doing stuff about her behind her back. Like, but the thing is, like with Ethan, he was doing it in front of her and monetizing it the whole time. So like that's just amplified.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and someone in the chat said Ethan's still talking about Trisha, and it's like she hasn't said a word about it since she said she wasn't going to.
Yep.
Yeah. She kept her word.
Yeah.
Well, we all know Ethan Klein's not gonna keep his word. Been there, done that. We've seen that how many times?
Yeah.
True.
So
Too
I
many.
mean, ugh.
Sort of like rose-colored glasses to the best of my ability, because I do think everyone like makes mistakes and messes up and has their own issues and, you know, all that like that. But I think this is something that's just like not forgiven, should not just go away, should not just be pushed aside as like jokes or like,
I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that.
you know, desperate or I'm a loser or whatever. It's like, no, this was like, there's something wrong with you, like get help. And I mean that like out of love as well, because there's some sicknesses and you can't hurt people with those. You have to like get yourself better. And there's hurting people and then there's hurting children. And I think hurting children is just an absolute no-go. So there's that. And yeah, I think this is the last of my involvement. There was like a little section about me in this. So I did want to just share my gratitude for the way that it was handled, because, you know, the reason I get scared to speak out, period, is because then as it happens is, well, Trish did this, and
That's ninja style. That's not, to be fair. That is not typical brother-in-law behavior. What H3 did.
No, it's not. Like I've got a brother-in-law and he's not like that at all. So
Yeah, that's not typical brother-in-law actions at all. Ethan Klein is a piece of shit.
Yeah, he exploited her.
Yeah, he absolutely did.
this, or well, Trish was an awful person, or Trish did this, or she posted herself, or this, you know. So it's just a little like scary for me to talk about anything, because I know no matter what, everything else gets like, you know, dragged up again. And it's like, well, and then that's always happened. Earlier this year I made videos of or I made a video about people sharing my content on Reddit, my adult content, and not only like stealing it, body shaming it, distorting it, but yeah, like the theft, which is the reason I did a whole documentary about Reddit, because I'm like, how is this okay? Stuff being taken from the private messages that were behind a paywall, and it's also behind an age wall on OnlyFans, but also to be used to degrade and humiliate me as well, which is what I'm very clear now. That's what Johnny was doing, was to humiliate me, force me to talk about something that I
feel really bad for her. You know, she thought that it was just Colleen doing that, and then for Johnny to be exposed for, like, because Johnny's full thing was that this was so unsolicited to him.
Yeah, and Johnny was getting harassed with Trisha's pictures. Johnny was being harassed by a bitch you sent them to, you asshole.
He literally went online and found ones that hadn't been sent before and sent them back to Colleen.
Exactly.
Like that is like pure intent to be an asshole there. Like that's just
That's
unbelievable.
crazy.
And that wasn't the... I feel really fucking bad for her.
wasn't necessarily a part of, or didn't feel comfortable or safe talking about. I think it's one thing I'll just keep talking about, because I think it's something to raise awareness for, because again, as a sex worker, we already have a bad stigma attached to us.
You want a hug
We
from
already have
Trisha.
people doing it when it's actually other people using our work most of the time to traumatize people. And again, like I said, not to anything to Adam, but it's like he might be like the best person in the world. I don't know, because I don't watch the content to the extent of that. But I'm sure he has.
Where are we going with this?
Maybe he doesn't even realize it, but there is some trauma, because he seems very well spoken in this Swoop video, so he's very composed. So maybe he is mature enough to like realize what has happened and processing it, and like he has a good support system, it seems, with his family. But I know for me at 35,
That's sweet. I appreciate that. I didn't know where that was going. That was scaring me.
still real.
Yeah, that was. I have to admit that was kind of scaring me too, because I thought she was talking about Johnny at that moment. I was like, "Girl, what?" But she's talking about Adam. Okay, I was about to say. I was like, "Hold on, wait a minute."
Realizing stuff that I've obviously never talked about publicly, but stuff from my childhood. I'm like, wow.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I am dealing with everything, and I am struggling, but I can't show that side online because it would be used against me. So, you know what I mean? Like, two things can be true at once as well. I'm holding myself good online because I have to, because if I don't, my points don't get across and everyone discredits me. You know what I mean? Like,
that's how it works.
Well, no. You do not want to talk about 9/11.
That actually affected
Oh
me
my
in a very
God.
severe way, and it's like this trauma that I didn't know I had at the Dr. Drew episode. I was like, I went back and forth with like, is it trauma, is it not? Because I'm like, well, at the time it was fun. I was engaged in it. Why it wasn't but then I'm like, oh, that wasn't
Hey, Gaming Witch.
okay.
Please never take me speaking confidently as me not being affected by anything. I know that's not the point. If I don't speak confidently, no one will listen to me.
Understand those reasons and unlearn it and try and correct my.
I'm gonna tell you what. Adam has a good grasp on optics.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. Probably because of all he's been through. Like,
Yeah, probably.
yeah.
And he has been like involved in like the internet or whatever from a very young age as well. So he's actually seen that, he's been around that. So like he's actually had a real life experience of like, seeing things from other perspectives and being mature about it. So
Yeah.
good on him.
Behavioral patterns, which is like not reacting so quickly. And a lot of people, and thank you, but I don't even mean it to come out, like say, oh, Trisha's very like calm and like collected. And honestly, like for me, it's not reacting right away. My issues in the past was I would react so quickly. And watching the Swoop video initially, I wanted to react so quickly. I was so angry for a number of reasons.
Plants, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships.
Thank
You're
you,
welcome.
Plans.
Thank you.
07.
Oh shit. Matt Pitt was gifted one. Oh God.
Hi, Matt.
Hello, Matthew Pedersen. Oh my God. All right, let me cut these alerts off so we can finish this. Hold on. There we go.
That was the last one anyway.
Oh, there was 5. That was only 3.
Oh, I'm behind.
You are. I think another one's getting ready to pop up. We're getting ready to see. Yeah, see? Yeah.
I was so angry that so many people are still hurting from this.
Thank you, Manchild.
I was so angry, obviously, about my situation. I was so angry about so many things that were brought up in there, or brought to light, rather. And it was like, I was crying, I was sobbing, and it's like, if I sat here crying and sobbing, does that get through more to people? No, it's like.
I mean, there she is agreeing with me on that point. You know what I mean? Where it's like people believe you more or less depending on how you're presenting them with the information, which is very unfortunate.
True.
Yeah.
True. Let me tell you, I know that for a fact.
First-hand experience.
I know that for a fact by experience. Holy shit.
Trying to figure out what I want to say and what's the takeaway from this is more important than just my feelings being hurt, me screaming and, showing a trauma response, and I think that's why people like Soup's videos. I think she holds herself well, doesn't have a bias, doesn't have like hatred, doesn't come from a place of hate or bitterness. And for me, I still work on that because I have a personality disorder and behavioral issues. It's something that I have to work on because I do get angry still. It's just how I deal with that anger, how I channel that, how I bring myself down from that. And it's something I worked on. It's taken years. It's been years now of me working on this, probably almost 2 years of fully putting in work. So just now going back to therapy and just trying to deal with guilt of all types has been a lot. I make these videos to like address a point, to raise awareness, but also, I am proud of the work that I put in and the positive reinforcement.
I'm telling y'all, she's changing. I believe she is changing. I really do.
Yeah.
I
It
feel
might have
like
taken
ever
her a while, but it still counts.
Yes. It's never too late to change. I mean,
Yeah.
now, granted, people on the internet, you could literally change and not do anything wrong the rest of your life, and they're still going to bring up the old shit. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? Those haters, tell them to fuck off.
Mm-hmm.
people, you know, just like responding well to it. Something I did not expect. I was very nervous putting out any video that I talk about. Like I said, of course, there's backlash, of course, but the positive reinforcements of just being able to collect myself and talk is tremendous. The reactions I get this way is way more positive than, you know, me just wanting to show how angry and upset I am and just show how much it affects me. But I think it's better to articulate these things, and I think Swoop does a great job with that. Yeah.
Swoop.
That's it. I want to keep it fun. You know, I
Killing
want
me
to
with
keep it moving, but I support anyone who, you know, wants to continue to talk about this. I also know it can be very draining and very tiring. So when people kind of fall off from it as well, I respect that as well, including myself. Sometimes you just need time away because it can be a lot. You get sucked into this spiral. Okay, guys, that is it here. It is now almost 9 a.m. and there is...
All right. You know what? I just want to focus on the fact as well that this is a lot for her to process, and she is a victim in this, and I am sending her my best. And processing is a different timeline for everyone, and Trisha's is only starting now.
Okay.
Exactly.
So yeah, I'm sending her my best.
He's so sweet.
All right. The one thing I will give him, all right, is I just don't want it to accidentally just hit
Play
YouTube.
the next one.
Okay. The one thing I will give him is he did not like particularly how she still had Colleen on and was deleting the comments. Like, he wasn't happy with that at all. I mean, like, over half the video was about that. All right.
Yeah.
But yet, at the end, even though he is upset about that, look how caring he is still about her and what she went through.
Yes.
A lot of people wouldn't do that.
Yeah, because he has empathy. Like, he
Right.
actually understands the situation. Like,
Right.
it's,
Right. And I think that shows a line of maturity.
it does, absolutely.
So, good for him.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it. He got on me about the title of this live stream. Wait, what did I name it? I named it Reacting to Adam McIntyre, Reacting to Trisha. Oh, yeah, I do have like 2 reactings on there. All right, hold on.
I love it.
Reacting to
That
Adam
sums it up
McIntyre.
well.
Right.
No,
I like
I'm not
it.
doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
React-ception.
I don't know what I'm going to change it to. I'll change it to something else. Anything else? Any questions, comments from the chat? Any questions, comments from us? Anything? Anything? Bueller?
Bueller. One thing I just wanted to sort of point out as it's a weird sort of contradiction that I'm not quite sure if she's just playing off the words and stuff. But like in the Just Trish podcast, the one that she just put out yesterday, and she's also mentioned it in like that video we just saw today. It's just like she's like, people are referring it to a drama and stuff like that, but it's actually like a real life thing that's happening to people, and she doesn't like, you know, it's not a drama. People don't want to talk about it anymore because, oh, that drama, blah, blah, blah. But then she goes ahead and titles her podcast, The Colleen Ballinger Drama Keeps Getting Worse. And I'm like, what? Okay.
She's not the brightest crayon in the box. We all know that.
Yeah.
And maybe she just did that for like the algorithm. Maybe I don't. Maybe she's like big brain over here.
That's what I was thinking, but like, I don't know. If you're gonna have that strong of a stance on that and then say it a couple of times, you'd think you'd like change the title of what that would be. But I don't know.
Well, ma'am, listen. People can't change overnight, and you gotta think she's a YouTuber first, and she knows what's going to hit the algorithm. So it could be like what Bunny said.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know. I mean, and I get that, and I catch myself calling it a drama too, only because it's just it's like this shit is literally playing out like a TV special.
Seriously, they should make a Lifetime movie about this.
Literally, they could make a Lifetime. In all honesty, yes, they could make a Lifetime movie out of this. Literally.
Yeah. They should have Trisha playing Colleen. That'd be hilarious.
That would be horrible.
Yeah.
That would be absolutely horrible. All right, guys. Well, I guess we're ready to go. Do you want to say goodbye to everybody before I?
Yeah,
Or do you have any
before
oh yeah, wait. Does anybody have anything going on?
I don't think so.
Don't you have a 24-hour live stream you're going to be doing soon?
Maybe at like the end of the month.
Oh, I thought you said you were doing one Friday.
Well,
Yeah,
it's getting
catch up on
close.
sleep first.
Yeah, it's getting close to the end of the month though. It's 24th for me anyway.
Look,
so-
I'll have to figure it out. I'm still fighting sleep right now.
Oh, okay. I just remember you last time I talked to you, you said it was going to be like Friday. Remember? We were live
Oh,
Monday
yeah.
and you said that?
Yeah, I think I was saying I hit my sub goal and I wanted to do it on a Friday.
Yeah, that's what I was asking you. All right, cool. I know I'm going live tomorrow. I'm probably going live about FouseyTube. Bunny, when is your stuff coming out? When are you and your friend going to do the thing?
We're still planning. I'm trying to do our little doodles myself, and I am learning that digital art is super fucking hard. So whenever I get done with all that and we plan it all out, I will be announcing it.
Very cute.
Okay. Yeah, that
Love
sounds
it.
like a Rynnie nope. Yeah, that definitely was a Rynnie nope.
What?
All right, and Miss Eva, anything going on?
Not for me personally. You can catch me on the broadcast. We do have an episode coming out on Saturday, just regularly scheduled upload. And then also next Wednesday, I believe we might be able to do a members stream as well. So for all you greenies in chat, we have a special live stream just for you. It is the end of the month, so we will be doing that. Stay tuned for the announcement. It'll most likely be after our regular stream, like today. So we'll just do a normal stream and then we'll go into a member stream straight after next week.
Yeah.
Sounds good?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, let's get out of here. I'm tired and I want to play Baldur's Gate.
All right. Catch you later, chat. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Say goodbye to the heathens.
Heathens. Bye.
Oh, wait, are we the
Bye.
heathens? That makes sense.
No, we are. They are. They are. All right. All right, bye everybody. Y'all have a good night, and I don't know what words of wisdom I can tell you to do. Just have a good night and play a video game. Peace out.
Watch me. I'ma get it how I wanna get it, you don't get it. I can do anything, I don't got a limit. I'ma make my mind up, I'm committed. It might take some time, might take a minute. I won't give up, I don't give in a shit. I do what I want when I wanna do it. Call it a power or call it a gift. I call it persistence or driving some wit. I ain't no minute man. Good things take time when I'm in it, man. Give me some time and I'm with a fam. Now I'm gone too far from the beginning, man. I can teach you, but you gotta listen. I got lessons, all lessons to give them. Think the masters are open and wishing and thinking and driven and cutting the ribbons. And they know they don't want it more than me. I work hard, they call it a disease. I work hard so I can go be free. But I don't work for anyone but me. But it didn't start like that. I was 9 to 5, didn't feel right. Had to get in touch with myself, get my mind back. To figure out what I want in this life bad. And I don't regret it, failed a lot, but I learned my lessons. Got new moves, new things, new weapons. And now I finally got direction. We ain't got no time to be complacent. You only got one life to go make a statement. Everything you want, it'll all be waiting. So put your mind to it and you can become greatness. So don't quit, don't stop, push through it. You got dreams, one life, go do it. Make moves, improve, keep doing. A new life, new you can choose it. Watch me. Let's go. Gotta really wanna catch plans, no face off. Everybody know I got plans to take off. Everybody know I got bands, no J's on. I'ma do life like me, no days off. I don't really care what you think about me. Hate for the minds up like a disease. Filling me with fight, some life energy, knowing that I'm doing something right. If you hating, I just try to keep my mind real vacant. I took all my time in the basement. I spent half my life impatient. It was worth all the time and patience, huh? Get it? The way I said it. Never mind, I don't have time, forget it. You can read all my rhymes on Reddit. They need a feed and damn it, I fed it. I got my eyes on the prize. I tell truth, on hear no lies. I don't take, I give and guide. I don't break, I live and fight. On the chase, I got the sight. Vision goals, I set them right. Working through the lonely nights. Worth it on the other side. If you try to make it fast, it won't last. Take a stab, make it bad. Face the fast, but still lag. Don't give up, don't look back. You got this, no stopping, no quitting, no stalling, no options. You're running, follow your dreams and find your calling.
You ain't got no time to be complacent. You only got one life to go make a statement. Everything you want, it'll all be waiting. So put your mind to it and you can become greatness. So don't quit, don't stop, push through it. You got dreams, one life, go do it. Make moves, improve, keep doing. I know life, know you, you can choose it.
Watch me.